contract of a player on a permanent LTIR, such as the Vancouver Canucks Michael Furlan, for some time. They don't have a need to add that much cap space right now, unless they're about to acquire someone in trade and that player's cap hit fits within the LTIR amount. He concludes it's to become more desirable for Rangers fans to think about a trade like this. So, while Arthur Staples is kind of correct that the Rangers would only be able to exceed the cap by Michael Furlan's 3.5 AAV, which isn't that bad, honestly, as you can get a pretty good player, I feel, if you're getting $3.5 million extra dollars on your cap. But as soon as for him, they can't find anybody that's willing to get the contract. Sarah Vancouver said that, hey, if Vancouver really wants to get it done, they might need to add on some sort of a sweetener. Now, we've seen sweeteners get added on to LTIR contracts in the past. You've seen guys like Andrew Ladd get sent over from the Islanders to the Coyotes, wherein the Islanders added on extra picks because technically they were the team in need. You've seen other teams, for example, like the Brent Seabrook trade from Chicago to Tampa Bay. Of course, you have Arizona and that's too. And you have Marian Hossa in Arizona too. It's kind of crazy because Arizona gets everybody. But either way, normally the team in need is the team that has the sweetener. And for Vancouver, it's been kind of an interesting situation because they don't want further. They don't want the LTIR space. They don't want to use LTIR because this team is kind of cap-strapped already, and you could definitely say that the team is not great. His contract is in some kind of position to end up being moved. Sarah even highlights in the article from a few days ago that, yeah, Vancouver might just go out there and try to find a team, like, for example, Vegas and Shea Weber, where they're already using LTIR and just send Furlan over there to give them a little bit extra oomph to what they're able to do. For New York, Michael Furlan heading over to that team would actually give them an opportunity to add some more players, but at what price? If New York is all of a sudden the team saying, hey, we kind of want a guy to be under LTIR so we can add more stuff, wouldn't that mean that they have to give up the sweetener instead? Maybe the sweetener balances itself out in a difference of magnitude. Maybe Vancouver sends over like Michael Furlan and a fourth to New York in exchange for a third. Maybe New York moves down a little bit just to give themselves that extra 3.5 AAV, and Vancouver walks away from it at the end of the day a happy camper because they freed up that contract. I don't know, I'm just kind of spitting some ideas off the dome here because obviously as a guy that likes the New York Rangers and what they do, and I see that we have a lot of Rangers fans at this channel, I wanted to bring this idea up because if, let's say, the Vancouver Canucks sweetener thing holds true, and the Rangers actually have an opportunity to maybe get somebody like Furlan and a 5th round pick for free, let's just say that hypothetically, do you want to go out there and do this? I mean, Staples writes that it's a little bit too complicated at this moment, and hey, maybe the Rangers don't really want to explore that kind of thing, but it's a possibility that they have for sure. It's just a matter of personal preference. Plus, if you get somebody on the LTIR like a Michael Furlan, all of a sudden your job becomes a tad harder because you need to find somebody else that can fit in that LTIR pillow and that will be available as well. You can't just go out there and get Furlan and say, okay, we'll deal with the LTIR later. We'll get somebody else to fill out that extra cap space later. You kind of have to have ideas in mind as to where you're going to navigate so that you have the most fluid transition into the next stage as possible. You don't want to just wing it, right? Oh, we'll get Furlan and all of a sudden we don't know who the heck else we're going to get that's within the 3.5 AAV salary cap LTIR money range that we have. So just go out there and plan things properly, right? When it comes to the conclusion, though, I honestly would be sort of interested in seeing how a trade like this would go down. Mostly because we've already seen that from the Tyler Mott situation earlier this year. Baldwin and Drury seem to already have some sort of a partnership or a connection. They already made one swap in the past with Vancouver's extra pieces. So maybe Michael Furlan is next up on that list. Who really knows? I mean, there's an entire conversation that happened about Andrew Ladd as well, which actually would be a tad more beneficial for the Rangers if they went down that route, because Andrew Ladd, the Arizona Coyotes, former Islander, he's making $5.5 million AAV till the end of this season, so his contract is a lot beefier than Furlan's, which of course gives you a bigger opportunity to get a better player in the near future and use that LTIR space that a guy like Ladd would provide instead. But I think Arizona kind of knows that their guy is pretty valuable. They know that this is a player, I mean, you could talk in the comments on your thoughts about one or the other. Who would you rather have for your Rangers fan? Andrew Ladd or Michael Furlan? Do you want to go big and go home with Andrew Ladd, or do you potentially want to get yourself an LTIR player as well as maybe some other stuff too, depending on how desperate Vancouver is to move Furlan in the first place? If you're a Vancouver Canucks fan, what is the most that you would be willing to give up in a Furlan trade? And if it's New York, what do you want in return? Do you think you're going to be able to get anything in return? I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. The links, by the way, to both of these articles, Spectre's Hockey and The Athletic, they will be in the description if you want to go ahead and read these pieces. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Either way, so trolls my eye. And bye.
Right, welcome home. We'll show you how to make the most amazing burger. And for me, the secret of burger is in the blend. So we've got chuck, we've got the bacon ground beef, and a little bit of brisket. First things first, season it. Once you've seasoned them, combine them together. We're binding this together with a touch of egg, that sticks it together, and more importantly, try and get this done the day before. Get this done the day before, set them in the fridge, they stay nice and firm. That way they don't fall apart on the grill. Get that grill piping hot. Now, this is one of my most desired, one of my favourite. She's actually on sale. That's kind of what we're making. Now, see, let them leave, relax them. Don't take them out of the fridge, ice cold, otherwise the dry the outside and raw in the middle. Grill, piping hot. A little touch of oil. Make sure it's just roll the seasoning around the edge. You don't season the burger after it's cooked, so make sure you roll that seasoning around the outside and pop up all that seasoning. Gently hold the burger and then roll. Right up on the spot. Shortly, work the way up. Once you put the burger on the grill, take it up and move it as less as possible. The more you move it, the more time you've got to break the burger. And then look, on. That's on there. 6 minutes. That's incorporated the heat. It's a great steering bottom. So not to serve those burgers, you know, there's any time with stuck burgers on a grill of 1 minute, twice, 50. Nice oil, quick sear, put that lid down, really important. Now, alongside my burger, so we're toasting the bun. Why do we toast the bun? We toast the bun hot. The bun works with a soft bun. How many times you had a burger and the bun is well? Toast that bun, it's nice and crisp, and it protects the burger. So, salt, pepper, a little drizzle of oil, and lightly toast those buns. Back up, lift, mix, in, toast. What goes well with the burger? Grilled cheese, tomato, lettuce, a little bit of mustard mayonnaise, and then deep hair. Blue onion. Chopped onion, slice them. Light seasoning, salt, pepper. Fresh raw onion on a burger, trust me, delicious. Easy to do, absolutely phenomenal. Now, on, season them. You can hold like that. That way it's not breaking up, and then done. Perfect, kind of bread size, I got no bottle. Onions on. Dip that down. Now, look at that burger. Oh, down these burgers on roll. Wow, the flame is the flavour, okay? It's a long question. A busy grill is a delicious grill. So, you have to cook the burger and then set it up the recipe. You get set up first. So while the burger's cooking, you get everything done first. It's a really important tip. Why? What's the burger going on? Also, you're eating one, I think, half rush. Better butter. I prefer this. With that flame underneath, it sort of caramelizes the butter, puts this wonderful flavour on top. So, yeah, that's a rush. A little bit of butter on there. It makes the burger so tasty. Now, when it becomes even more chefy, what can you do? Make a red wine butter, the chipotle butter. This is the basic, amazing recipe for a great burger. So use to sort of make your own. But lightly brushing the burger with a touch of butter, soon as before they come off, so exciting. Look at the colour of the burger. Don't know there's no description there. Come on, you've got the right amount of fat in there. With the butter, it makes it so flavorful. Right, open this. Hold on. Yeah. Trim it out for 4 minutes. Start. Now, before they come off the grill, lightly season on the grill from a distance. The first part of the seasoning is cooked inside that burger. Last part of the seasoning, listen before it's going off. Really important. Now the exciting part. Here's the base. Okay? That's the bum of the burger. Base. Big tops, big base. Feet, and back. Stick around with the place in your hand. 36 before the burgers come on. So I put my nice, rich gelatin on top. So, on. On. Remember, we season underneath that, so the flavour inside is just incredible. First off, a little touch of mayonnaise. Just a light russet mayonnaise. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'll go to the top as well. How many times have you seen guests that have opened up a burger, they're trying to put ketchup or mayonnaise? Once you've assembled the burger, you can't really break it down. You've got to put it together and eat it nice and whole. So you want this oozing out the sides. Now, keep your mayonnaise on. From there, take your lettuce, just lightly snap the lettuce, break that in half, and sort of manipulate the lettuce where it sits, listening on your bun. Snap it, break it, and pull the lettuce, same shape with your bun. Snap it, break it, gently push it down. From there, a nice slice of tomato. After that, give me an S, give me an A, give me an L, give me a T. Salt and pepper on that tomato. Light seasoning. Easy done. But look, from there, cut more. Then, just a touch. Now, here's where it goes up to the level. Look at that cheese. Now, seriously, beautiful. On she goes.
For all your patio, everywhere you go. There's no place like home.
How to take one with an active family. A 30/24 split folding second row. In a redesigned 2022 Take One. What a style.
Number 2. On she goes. I mean, number 3. On she goes. How do we elevate it even more? How do we take that to another level? Especially grilled onion. It's absolutely delightful. Take them on. Caramelized the onions. And then the flavor inside that is incredible. On. I'm not a big fan of raw onion in the burger. It's too hard, too acidic, and it blows the flavour of that amazing pate. And then look, from there, on, down, and pull that in, on, Down. Oh, that is a hole. Get halfway. And then look. That's why I have one of the biggest households anywhere in America. So you've got a neighbor like Steve Wonder next door that can smell those delicious burgers. You know, close those big doors down. Trust me, that is a burger to die for. Quality.